What's happening, y'all? What's up? JJ, what's poppin', brother? Alex Mack, what's good? So I do not have my I don't have my I don't have my Yeti plugged in, so I apologize for the MacBook microphone there. I can speak directly to my people on IG though with my AirPod. What's good? Chandra, what's up? What's happening? Yeah, sad day. Sad day, sad day. Yeah, we got our community though, so we good. We're good. Let's get it going, man. I am with it. No. No. Yeah, I was with the team over at Clade 9. So Clade 9 Cannabis with them this weekend. My homeboy Moke threw a phenomenal party. So it was actually like three parts. The first part was a brunch in Malibu. Part two was a mixer, professionals in the space, out of the space, bunch of investors. So professionals that are that was in Calabasas, and then we finally had another brunch on Sunday plus a facility tour. So it was pretty dope. Yeah, Byron Scott was there. He knows surprisingly a lot about the cannabis industry. It's pretty encouraging to have officials in the professional athletic space showing love there and everything. So let's hop right into it. So my name is Rico Lamite. I'm the founder of Cannabis Global, decentralized media broadcast organization, and where we have one network, many voices. And I'm also a correspondent for State of Cannabis NewsHour every single weekday morning at 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Pacific. And me and a bunch of other cannabis industry thought leaders get together and on Clubhouse, and we read the news stories, debate what's being said, the sources, and so on and so on, and we just keep it going, man. Stacy in the house. What's happening? Vegas is in the place to be. So yeah, today I wanted to get into it, man. It's a little bit of a sad story. Lee Scratch Perry, reggae giant and dub pioneer, dead at 85. There's some people who are just bigger than anything ever written can explain. Lee Scratch Harvey is one of those people. Born Rainford Hugh Perry in Jamaica, 1936, the transcendent singer, producer, and studio genius reinvented the reggae genre and pushed the boundaries of Jamaican music. He died on Sunday at Noel Holmes Hospital in Western Jamaica. Scratch was also known as to many as an absolute wizard who pushed the boundaries of Jamaican music, arguably creating what we all know as modern reggae, and as a byproduct, rock, punk, hip hop, dance, with his explorations into dub, the root rhythmic heart of dancehall, and total opposite direction, dubstep. Also known as the Upsetter, his cause of death was unknown at press time. He started off his music career in the studio in late 50s and the early 60s before releasing a host of influential music under his own name, various pseudonyms. Starting in the 60s, he named his house band the Upsetters after releasing the song I Am the Upsetter and forming his Upsetters record label. He went on to produce, develop, and was responsible for the rise of various artists, including Bob Marley, the Wailers, the Congos, Beastie Boys. He was largely influential to Jamiroquai, Mad Professor, and pretty much anybody who's somebody in the reggae, ska, funk, and punk genres. Most notably, he might have been the sole reason Paul McCartney was released by the Japanese government after being found guilty of possession of 7.7 ounces of cannabis in 1980 at an airport while touring with Wings. McCartney was expected to serve years minimum due to the country's heavy-handed penalties on drugs and contraband, but Scratch's letter to the Japan's Ministry of Justice got him out days after booking, although he was banned for life. He released albums Lee Scratch Perry and the Upsetters in 1972, Cloak and Dagger 1973, Black Jungle Dub and Super 8 both in 1976. He's also most well known for his work and influence on Bob Marley in the Wailers. Bob's original producer wanted him to sound more like Otis Redding, and Lee Scratch Perry had different plans for him and wanted to let the music flow through him. He wasn't doing reggae then, Perry told The Guardian about how he came to work with Bob Marley. He was working with a producer who wanted him to be like Otis Redding, and he wasn't a bad man, but he was holding Bob back. I wasn't really interested in working with another singer, but he'd heard that people love me in England and America, and maybe he wanted to share a bit of that. He wanted to be loved and respected like me, so it worked. That was Perry talking to the Guardian about how he helped Bob Marley develop his sound. Perry continued to make and perform music up until his death, and he had a date scheduled to perform in London this coming November. I've met him a couple of times over the years. Once in Jamaica, once in at a Cannabis event. I had no idea who he was until somebody connected the dots for me later on, and I was sad about that, especially after learning more about his career and the things that he's done and the people that he's influenced. So just want to give a big old shout out, man, to Lee Scratch Perry. Long live the king. We would not have dancehall. We would not have hip hop as we know it. He created the dub. Rest in power, brother. Rest in power. A few questions that I have. Why have we not heard more about the exploits of the Upsetters' life and career? People like this, especially folks of color, man, we hold stuff to the grave, and we need to do a better job of celebrating each other while we're alive, so more people hear about us and know about the greatness that we have. So, I mean, there's a complete opposite side of what Kanye does, blessing himself and all that stuff, but we should be having self-affirmation publicly. Feel good about it too. Are there any other multi-generational artists even close to comparing to him, dead or alive? I really don't think it's the right time to talk about that. But dead or alive, I really don't know, man. After digging more and more and learning more about Scratch Perry and his exploits, his talent and his reach, I really don't know if we have another like Nexus style artist who really changed pretty much everything. Like, dude changed the entire music world. He's a huge cannabis activist, advocate. Dude fucking got Paul McCartney out of Japanese prison. A crazy thing, all right? So I have this, I have the letter open that he sent to them. This shit is crazy. All right, here we go. So, boom. All right, here we go. So this is Lee Scratch Perry wrote this to the Japanese Department of Justice. So this is what happened. During a luggage check on 16th of January, 1980, Paul McCartney entered Japan. Customs officials found 7.7 ounces of cannabis among his belongings, a haul that could have led to years in prison minimum, but which, lucky for the Beatle, resulted in a 9-day stay in a Tokyo prison and the cancellation of an 11-city Wings tour of Japan. He was deported upon release and warned to never return. Prior to his slap on the wrist, fans all over the globe feared the worst for the Macca, and messages of support materialized from far and wide. But the highlight of the whole ordeal came 5 days into his incarceration when his friend, the eccentric, inimitable reggae legend that is Lee Scratch Perry, wrote a letter to the Tokyo's Minister of Justice in an effort to lend his support. Here's what this letter is so fucking crazy. There's a letter to the Ark of the it's from the Ark of the Covenant, Kingston, Jamaica. Air White Smoke Signal, Earth Moon Base, Judah Only Law House, Israel Law House. This is the addresses on the return letter right here. So, dear sirs, I, Lee Pipecock Jackson Perry, would love to express my concern over your consideration of 1/4 kilo to be an excessive amount of herbs in this case as it pertains to Master Paul McCartney. As a creator of nature's love, light, life in all things under creation of the sun, positive feelings through songs, good times, and no problems, I find the herbal powers of marijuana and its widely recognized abilities to relax, calm, and generate positive feelings a must. Herbs is His Majesty's. All singers, positive directions, and liberty irritations. Please do not consider the amount of herbs involved excessive. Master Paul McCartney's intentions are positive. That shit got him out of fucking jail. That's power right there, man. It's straight up power. And you just got to give nothing but love to the legend. Thank you for your gifts you blessed upon the world. You've left with us. And if Bob Marley is known as the king of reggae, I think we need to have something posted on posthumously for Perry as well. He's like the god of new age music, electronic music. Everything came from this dude right here in the 60s. He was the first one really mixing up shit and sampling it and doubling it down. That's why he created what they call the dub music. Dubstep, as we know it now, has roots in dub, has roots, all came from Lee Scratch Perry. Everybody who worked with him said that he would use absolutely anything around him as an instrument. He was truly one with the spirit of music, and it was awesome, man. I just wish that I wish I would have been able to interview him, man. I wish I would have been able to learn more about him and his life. He knew a lot of the people that I knew, and I just wish I would have known more about him. So if you know somebody who's dope, who's doing dope shit, whether it's praiseworthy on a massive level or even something more local, man, make sure you big them up. I feel like there's way too many people who I recited this story this morning that did not know who the hell Lee Scratch Perry was. And it's incredible, man. So big ups to Jamaica, big ups to Lee Scratch Perry, his family, to my own boy Dietrich, who introduced me to him as a reggae legend. I just knew him as, just his old red-haired, dyed red-haired Jamaican dude I met at a conference. And man, all praise due to the gods above and on earth, man. So much love to everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend. It's been crazy for me on my end, and just moving forward. So kiss your babies, love on your loved ones, and just remember, when life gives you no place else to turn the fuck up. Make sure you guys catch us on State of the Cannabis NewsHour. Get your daily dose every single weekday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific to 10 a.m. Where me and a handful of other cannabis thought leaders in the industry read the news and give our feedback on that, why it's important to us, why it's important to the industry, and why you should get in the conversation as well. So tough one today, man. Tough one today. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.